Season 3, baby! Yeah! We back. Let's make it. Yeah! Look at it. Oh, it's so good. Lucian, wait. You're from Class 8. Are you Dong? Somebody named their kid Dong? Well, why would they do that? By the way, does the president of the student union have to come to school today? No, I guess he may ask for a week leave. What's wrong with him? Nothing special. My teacher, who's just in charge of our class, urged me to submit all student ID cards to the student union for renewal. I'm considering if it would be better to give the cards to the vice president of the union. Oh, I know that. Just give all your cards to me. I'll come to the student union at noon. You have to do me a favor. I just don't. Wait, what? I just don't go to the president class. Students almost crazy because of studying. Why hasn't Pokemon made a visual novel game yet? I have no clue. That would be a good idea. Okay, is that all? I'll go first. Thank you so much, Omnipotence. Omnipotent. Such a nickname just to go upstairs and keep nagging the name. So is he gonna come back to Earth? Okay. ... Yay! The good old music again, baby! Yeah! You love to see it! I gazed at my drawing pencil. It's a green painted drawing pencil with golden words, Chinese drawing pencil on the upper part. You can see almost every station here. You won't feel pity if you just dropped a pencil on the floor and broke hints. But I have this simple, unadorned pencil in my hand now, and suddenly I was absent-minded and even failed to move it as if I was fixed on the drawing paper. That would be because of the devil. I believe that's why I was sweating on my forehead and hand. If not, it must be the sweltering weather. The sun rose completely before 8:30 and made this sultry house become so hot. So I just live in a hot house if it was summer now, but actually it's early in the morning in October in this city. By the way, I still have some meteorological information in my cell phone. The message was sent to me every day when I wake up. Orange alert from the rainstorm today. It's really awkward to see the message in my phone when looking at the terrible burning sun outside. Anyway, why must we wake up and miss lessons in this national holiday? Forget about the ghosts. It's really frustrated once I thought that most people are resting in the conditional rooms. Aren't you just demoralized? I put down my pencil and wiped away the sweat. I still need to draw a plaster figure today. I've been drawing this for nearly half a month. Mr. Chu went to smoke directly on the corridor after the thorough arrangement of homework. So in the drawing room, only the sound of drawing left except the sound of sweat dripping. Although we had so many dissatisfactions, honestly speaking, Levin failed to command in the invariable practice. So it took me 1 hour to make a draft, and I have some alterations, sorry. I'm tired of this word, darn't. I even don't turn around and see the drawing paper of the girl next to me. 3 days passed since that unforgettable and embarrassing fireworks show. It was there that I had seen. It was there I was shocked by her. I felt disappointed, but also hopeful. Meanwhile, since nothing's going on in the end, then nothing's going to also start. Therefore, even if I know that I have only 2 weeks left before the deadline, I can still sit here and continue my drawing with this pencil and even entertain ourselves with the terrible weather and inconsiderate classes. It's all because of her. No, not only her. Daisy, Sunny, and Lucian are also included. And the annoying glasses all helped me out a lot. All of you never abandoned me. All of you never abandoned me. But within these days, the 2 guys was trying to avoid me. I was unable to talk with Daisy, and I couldn't find Green also. He never answered my phone and returned the messages. So I've been anxious and fearful. What are you drawing? It's Violet! It's Violet! She's back, baby! What's up, Violet? What are you drawing? What are you drawing? I suddenly felt a mild breath beside my ear and then kicked down the board in front with my legs stretching out. Such a big response. You just scared me to death. What if Mr. Chewitt came back and saw my drawing? Is this a fountain? Upon noticing that she didn't care about my query, I looked at the place where I was just drew randomly. It seems I had already put the scenery convinced in my mind on one corner of this drawing on paper by accident. I'm just drawing randomly. The water column is just not so slender. It's really thick and tall when erupted. Wait, I never said that it was a fountain. Don't you think it's really impolite to criticize one's drawing directly when peeping the drawing so suddenly? If you keep a lap of nozzles here, the fountain was erupting for a really long time during the fireworks show, though it did not erupt before the show. I couldn't remember it so clearly. Besides, you need to add a layer of sprayer. Sunny loves that. That's really good. She sat beside me with her foot on the side of the lever of the chair and carrying her gills with her arm and whispered when looking at the unfinished fountain. Ash is usually able to draw out what he's thinking in his mind. That's really amazing. Daisy once said that when you were a kid, you must draw such kind of drawings with her together. You must have drawn such kind of drawings with her together. It's true. So why are you so good at drafting posters? But I'm not good at such drawings. If you deny your drawings in this class, then nobody else dares to say that he is an artist student. I just make what I've seen more beautiful through drawings. People always said too much modesty may have side effects, in fact. I think it's not so difficult to draw what you're thinking in your mind. Of course, I tried it before, but I failed to keep on it. Probably, it was my dad said it, that I have no imagination at all at times. I think it's impossible to have such a thing. That's what I am. And remember, someone who once said that I'm an artist like a camera. It's quite remarkable talent to be able to draw like her. As for me, it's not so easy to surpass Violet. Whether there's any comparability between Violet's drawing and the camera is not all important. But such a kind of metaphor, How do I always think I've heard it somewhere, or I've ever even played such a metaphor myself to anyone else? Forget it. Like this plaster figure, the only thing I can do is just draw it on paper. Is it just me, or did Violet just sigh? But it is even very difficult for me to draw an additional mustache on his face. Why just talk about drawing a mustache on the face? I feel it must be very interesting to add a mustache on Agrippa's face. Though compared with Violet was the last month she was more active and easygoing. That's really a good thing. But every time I heard her query whether kidding or not, I don't know how to answer all the time. Besides, what is it to do with mustaches? Or why would it be so interesting to add a mustache to Agrippa's face? You mean such an effect? In the line with my thirst for knowledge to unknown things, I raised my hand up and drew some lines on the draft. He has such a square head, it must be really funny to add a full beard onto this. Violet? Pooh, haha. That's it. This girl who laughed overflowed. And though she tried to cover her mouth, just pointed at the figure who was square-faced and full beard, also looked seriously in meditation. I just can't understand you. Is that so funny? Pooh. Is really funny. Pooh. 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 What are you doing here? Pooh. Pooh. Sorry. I don't blame you. A person may get screwed as long as he wants, but why, I just don't understand. I laughed too loud. I apologize for that. Forget it. Bad luck just comes. Did Mr. Chu criticize you? Nope. You've got a poor school performance. So don't you please influence those who perform well. You're a boy. Don't you know that it's not really so good to sit close to a girl and laugh so loud? Last time you came here to consult about the unit exams, and I thought you were a promising person. But now, you're capricious? Capricious? You better consider returning back to an ordinary class. You still have 1 year to prepare. It's not too late now. Don't butt in. I felt a little irritated. I don't want to recall that cliche. Since primary school teachers would only talk about that, so I know what she's gonna say when I heard what she was saying now. That's good. Mr. Chu doesn't like to torture students. Just because she's a so-called college teacher? Ms. Ding once said that she was a special class teacher from the One Key Art Anniversary. She came here to support education. Not the Navy! So don't care too much about his criticisms. He even can't remember what he said a few minutes later. You know him well. He's still the person he used to be. Used to be? When? Forget about that. By the way, will you come to class 7 and have lunch together? How quickly you change topics. I almost forgot that. Daisy had sent that message to me last night. She said she would prepare some food for you and you must come. Wait. Don't talk about me and her at this moment. Furthermore, she sent a message to you, but invited me to have lunch? Why didn't she just send me the message directly? If you were a girl, would you send a message to a boy invitingly? What did it matter? She lowered her head and sighed frustratingly, though low enough I heard it. In a word, you just come there later. I know you were awkward to find Daisy, but this time she sent you a message invitingly. But come on, and do you have something to explain to us? After the bell rang at noon, he stretched himself. For a moment, I just get my homework finished today, though I faced with a funny full beard may occur in my mind when looking at Agrippa's face. Never forget to go there. Okay. I'll go first and wait for you here. If you don't go there, you need to answer for unexpected results. I just felt there's some cold sweat on my back in such the sultry weather. It sounded like that I was threatened. Ash! Lucian. What's wrong? You look so nervous. No, I'm not. I'm pretty sober and calm. Really? I think you've caught a cold. I heard that we need to renew our old student ID cards. Have you guys already handed yours in? Is that true? Yeah, Miss Ding just said it during the break. The break? When talking about this, did I have a break just now? What? What are you looking at? Yeah, I remember now. It's in the teacher's office. In a word, just take your card here. And Violet's too. Only both of you did not hand it in. I need to submit the card to the student union. Okay, I'll just go there and get the student card. My cell phone! Oh, my card is just in my drawer. Please hand mine in. My card is just in my drawer. Please hand mine in for me. Thank you so much. Winky face. Did you just learn how to use such weird, strange expressions and words that are very popular now? I put my phone well and shake my head, then find out my card's in the drawer. The photo on the card was taken 1 year ago. I looked much more slimmer at the time. And Violet's in the drawer too? Before putting my hand in a girl's drawer, I felt that I just intruded in her private sphere. I kicked out such impractical thoughts in my mind. Without a doubt, I felt my face blush and my heart beat so quickly. I got it. Wait. What the? What on earth is wrong with me today? Why did I just open our card directly without being permitted and then read in great interest? This has already been beyond imagination. It's an absence of social ideology, an instinction of human nature in comparison of morality, also of social systems. Time limited. No more time left to explain. I must submit the card to that monitor as soon as possible while nobody else sees if nothing had happened. But to be honest, she really is cute. All right, her and her. I'll be right back. I gave the student cards and the monitor in a flurry and ran towards the classroom of Class 7 after taking deep breaths at the door. I opened the door and came only to see another girl who I hadn't seen for a long time standing in front of me. Why did you just come here suddenly? Isn't it you who invited me to come here? I don't prepare well. Prepare? Then should I leave first? No. That boy with glasses, absent-minded again. Where does Violet go? So, just calm down first. I keep calm all the time. Really? But I haven't seen that. It's just because it's too hot today. By the way, did you just come here alone? What about Violet? Is she not here? She asked me to come here first. No, she's still not coming. What on earth happened? Compared with this little girl who was scratching her head, I didn't feel nervous at all. So, take your seat first. You? I sit too. It seemed that I wasn't the only one nervous, but even by my logic, this became strange. But where'd Violet go? As she said, taking a seat was all elevated the awkward atmosphere, but actually it seemed more embarrassing. But I believe within 1 minute this little girl would beg me because she was not able to bear it. At the moment, I couldn't initiate the conversation to clear up misunderstandings within these days. What can I say? It was less than 10 minutes? You have very few students today. Yeah. And not my students today. Not many students today. But why? Because the teacher said those who rank top 20 don't need to make up the missed lesson. So we have very few students today. I see. Wait, you failed the exams? Don't say it with such a relaxing tone. It's you who asked me. Then you just blame me even if I have a reply. It's my fault, okay? Which subject's at the bottom this time? Chinese, physics, English? How could it be? Obviously, it's math. So please don't just speak out so relaxingly. You're really strange. Is that who you asked me? Oh, right, my fault. My English ranks top 5 in the class this time. I have spent a lot of time playing English games in those years. How poorly you perform on your math, then you're in just such a bad position. About 11th in class. I got such a low score. Never think of comparing with others. For a moment, I don't know what I should say. See? You're not talking again. You're so difficult to wait on. Why doesn't Violet just show up? The food's getting cold. Violet just asked me to come first, so I ran to hand the student cards and came in here. I have to talk with Daisy. I have talked with Daisy so long. Why doesn't she show up? Maybe she has something unexpected to do. Did she send you a message? A message? No. Right. It seemed that something must have happened. There's one more person here. Who? Who else? I put my elbow on the desk and looked at the seat direction of the student with glasses and then pointed at him unconcerningly. Daisy? Unexpectedly, it seemed that she didn't get what I mean. She looked at my hand without a word. I felt a panic looking at her unexpected response. What's wrong? I mean, Green. You're so stupid. He must have ranked top 1 in the class. How will he even come to make up the missed lesson? Hey, why'd you get so angry? I just asked about him. Sorry. I only mentioned Green. Why you had such a great response, I felt really unhappy. I just want to ask. Your wound, is it better now? It seems that it's scabbed. Will you feel inconvenient when taking a shower? No, it's not so inconvenient. This wound's too big to paste a bandage. I should find you every night and rub the wound on gelatin violet for you. Wait. I'm so sorry. If it didn't grasp your arm, you won't. Wait. When I was aware of something inappropriate, I took back my arm before Daisy's hand touched that scar. I almost had forgotten the scar already. It's not your fault. But if I was more determined, just the same as usual, as if it were her who caused the wound, she pleaded my forgiveness again. That is not Daisy's fault. If someone to be blamed, the answer was obvious. I can't forgive her, but it was my fault. I was disqualified to forgive anyone. But if it wasn't me, I said once more, Daisy, if anyone should be responsible for that fault, for all things, anyone who should be blamed, that person should be. Sorry I'm late. Violet! The conversation was just interrupted by the girl who appeared to the right of me. I think that was right on time. Mr. Chu find you again? You mean the art teacher? Yes. When I was walking along the corridor, he asked me to come to his office. Sorry about that. Does it have to do with what happened this morning? What happened this morning? Mr. Chu criticized both of us in the morning. You again? It was nothing to do with that. It was about something else. It's okay. Let's have lunch. You just do it yourself. Don't get Violet in trouble. She draws so well. Don't hold Violet up. I'll give what you said back to you. Green performed so well in his studies. Don't you feel guilty when you copied her homework all the time and distracted her in the class? I haven't impacted him even if I copied his homework. So, have you ever never thought that you'd do something so unreasonable because you've interrupted Violet in class? You just decided to hear the latter point intentionally, huh? You were the one in senior one only if you were punished. Would he accompany you almost every time? It may take 99.99. One hand alone can't clap. Why do you think it's my fault? So you think that Violet's the other hand? Shall we just have lunch? Honestly speaking, it's you who has side effects to Violet. Both of you are going to college entry exams, so please don't try to impact the other studies, okay? I just want to make a reasonable explanation to me. How did I bring bad effects to her? Violet compared with you is much promising after the college entry exams, right? In a word, you just get too close to her recently, and you've made so much trouble to her. Whether I have made trouble for her to... Have you ever asked Violet herself? I think you're a reasonable person, but actually, you're not. Violet! Being stupid is infective. Be careful when you talk to him next time. Violet, if you become a person like her someday, that would be a great loss in the drawing history of China. Well, I better just have lunch. They just at each other's throats already. I think you're just quarreling with each other. Sometimes we will. No one can know more about her than me. So there's a little embarrassing sometimes. We always pour out what we want, and the result generally turns to be very effective. After quarreling with each other and staring at each other for dozens of minutes, we took deep breaths and then burst into laugh. This also proved the absolute correctness of the relationship between Daisy and I. No one could know more about her than you, haha. I feel a seldom such a friend. Yeah, well, exactly. Violet used to be an introverted girl. On the subway train, she once told me she actually had a very few intimate friends. Never mind, you must get familiar with Daisy finally. That little girl is really honest. You'll never feel unhappy when you're making friends with her. Compared with the sultry weather in the morning, unexpectedly few clouds appeared in the afternoon sky. At the same time, a not-so-hot airflow between those vaguely make us feel a bit cold. Then, is that real what you have said? Daisy seemed very frustrated. But I said some heavy words, much heavier compared with the cool breeze, besides the lunch table after clearing up the misunderstandings. Your parents wanted you to be top 10 in the United exams of this district? Otherwise, they may rack up the pass, something happened on the sports meeting, and even take you away. It's just because of this you're so distressed before the national festival. You got full marks knowing what do I mean? It's not a funny joke. I felt the bitterness in her words. If I was still the person I used to be, I must feel distressed when noticing Violet's bitterness. Maybe. It's really difficult to get a high score. Even if you want to surpass so many students within 1 month, this is a joke in and of itself. But, as what I said just now, maybe just a little bit. I think I'm now a little different. Although, I never believed miracles and never look forward to their mercies. I don't want to be taken away without any reason. Because here are the people and the things that I cherish. All of these are the reasons why I don't want to leave anyway. It's been said before, so I don't want to say it again. What are you laughing at? You're so shy. None of your business. Though nothing's been resolved, nothing could be resolved temporarily. I never thought of who or what I cherished the most. What was these strange emotions? An emotion conflicted with my occasionally and came out suddenly and occurred in my heart. I've never known it before. You don't want to part with her, right? You once told me Daisy's your best friend. This Christmas feels like the very first Christmas to me.
What?
Anyway, for you, it must be unacceptable to leave her. Just one moment, I failed to find a proper excuse to retort her. I know that clearly. I know how you would feel. You don't want to part with your most important and intimate friend anyway. You also parted with someone once? You've also parted with someone once? Nope. It's not what you think. How do you know what I'm gonna figure out? Hey. Of course I know. Violet got the windblown hair in order, with her fingers crossing the ears, staring at my eyes. A Weisker? And I believe she must feel this. I believe she must feel the same as you. Maybe. So, please comfort her after school today. I know what it is, Zachary. I'm confused as to why it's being sung. Christmas was 2 months ago.
What?
After school. What did you arrange again? And I really hope you... Nothing. I'll go back to the art studio first. See you. Violet's utter but silent walk towards the art studio directly, with not a fully understanding smile on her face. But my nerves were put tight by an unexplainable anxiety. I have to admit, this girl is becoming at affecting my mood. Violet. What do you think of... Me? I mean... In case in this united exams of the district, Me? Of course you. This is a boring chapter, I'll say that. This is the most fillery episode we've had in a while. Then I'll go back first. Although I've asked my dad for a leave, and I also promised to practice with you together, but I can't stay too late. Just learn how to fully use the skills I've taught you. Although I can't ensure that you get more skills will never be burdens. Thank you so much. You've only 2 weeks left after today. So, I go first. Go for it. See you tomorrow. Bye. Over 1 hour passed after class was over. As Violet left, nobody except me was in the art studio. Today, I'll accompany you. Only you do it together. We're gonna be okay. Just what I said. You can do it. The same reply also. She had the same smile as that time. Compared with what I looked like when I was catching up with her at her in a panic, she replied, much calm and sober. But I believe that's all right. We're gonna be okay. But fortunately, you guys come back. I've already deeply felt the coming fear brought by separation. Maybe I've already delivered my indeterminations to her before I dared to fight with the fear. So her calm just now made me feel worried. On the contrary. Really, like what she said. Is there anything just a bit different from what she said? The person who I miss the most? The person I don't want to forget and part with? It's... What are you thinking about? Wow! Shit, what are you doing, crazy? How can you be here? There was so much more than speak of the devil and he appears. I just finished my class today. Why can't I come here since my class is over? What Daisy said sounded reasonable, but if thinking carefully, there's no logical relationship between these two things. What? Violet's not here? Did she say that she'd wait for you? Or did she say she'd wait for you here? No. I think since she already knows you'll practice this night, she'll accompany you. Her father has limited her on homegoing time. Her father has a curfew. So why she can stay late these days is because she's applied to her father for coming back late. How many times have I told you that? It just slipped my mind. Daisy muttered and glanced at the art studio, then looked at the seat beside me with her head lowering down. You just remember her better than others. What? She walked close and reached out her hand, touching the chair that has nothing different with the rest. Is this Violet's chair? So, if I sat in her chair, she won't feel unhappy? As if the words she said made more than what she said, the girl with double ponytail looked up and smiled at me. Why would she be upset? All right. Damn, them regs. Them regs, Reggie. Them regs. What up, Lighting? Both of you sit so close. I looked at the seat besides and felt a sense of tension suddenly. Not so bad. While the temporary new owner of the seat was looking at my drawing. It's she who draws with you now. We used to draw together like this. That's different. We just doodled and sketched little by little. How can we compare with them? They're trained formally. But it doesn't matter how you draw, but what you've drawn is important. Hey. But it doesn't make any sense to say that. After all, even one page was not left. That's for sure. All burned out. After that, you never drew with me anymore. Her soft words slightly struck in my heart just like a spine, which made me feel itching, but also pain. Recently, I was totally in a mess when thinking about that. Upon thinking of what happened in the sports meeting, I quarreled with you when we watched the fireworks together. But today, when hearing you talking about that, I really don't know what I should do. Daisy, I don't think you were just kidding that day. You said that we may never get a chance to see each other again after all the life. It must be kidding, like last time. I also said I'd protect you, and you wouldn't leave me. I really am childish all the time. Panics in her heart without a doubt came into my heart with fragmentary words. I never thought it's real. I never thought the exam is coming again. Her words, along with her unusual eyes, knocked at the pushed over my heart. What should we do? It was she who trusted me and encouraged me that day. It was she who saved me and showed us a totally new look. I can't help you all at all. Like drawing performances, to be top 10, something like that. There's nothing I can do to help you. But now I saw she was shaking and became indecisive. No matter how hard I try, I can't teach you drawings like Violet. On the contrary, I may drag you down and let you stay with me and do something out of your expectations with me. Upon thinking this, it'll be fine. It doesn't matter, only we're together. There's no use thinking about it too much. Why? I've made the decision. No matter how difficult the exam is and what the results will be, I'll try my best. But even if I never figured out anything, I won't lie to myself anymore. I don't want you worrying about me. I don't want to make myself frustrated due to being frightened by distant manners. I don't want to be hooked by my own lies and ask Green to do such stupid things with me again. Honestly speaking, I haven't thought too much now. Whether you can help me or not, it's not important for me. Whether I'll rank top 10 or not, that's what happened. Whether I'll leave or not, I haven't thought too much. I just want all of you to stay together. That's what I'm thinking of. But then these days, that's all I want to say to her. And I feel really sorry. On National Day, I should not have left you there alone. Ash. That's all I wanted to apologize to her. I've been sticking my heart out just now because I haven't spoken to her yet. So, I don't want to lie to you anymore. Maybe just like Violet said. It was because of this girl who always stayed with me that I was so unwilling to leave that part with everything here. So now, I came here to encourage her. So, I hope we can pull a hook. Why the hell can she always kill my good mood with such foolish words? Pull a hook with me. Stop. You just said you don't want to lie to me anymore? Yeah. Pull a hook with me. Oh, it's a pinky promise. I just realized something. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to click that. Now I gotta run through it. Wait, where am I now? Oh, shit. I gotta fast forward. Oh, I messed that up. How do I speed this up? I went through a lot of dialogue. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, let's slow down around here. Because she's going to say pull a hook with me. Okay, cool. We're back. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to figure something out. Oh, that's quick load. This is regular load. I did. Oh, it's Daisy's time. Am I doing Daisy's timeline right now? I can't remember which one's the current timeline. This is the Daisy timeline. This is the regular one. Which one am I doing? Let's save it. Oh shit, I'm confused. Pull a hook with me. It was a gift from a friend. I didn't pay for it. It's just a shirt. The girl standing beside me raised up her little finger and stared at me gravelly. You're so childish. Come on. I sighed and stretched out my little finger. You promise that you won't lie to me anymore. You won't keep the truth from me until the day we can't meet again. Wait, is it too willful? Wait, is it too willful? Although it's not unacceptable. I'm just so capricious. Is there anything wrong with that? Since he's leaving, I can finally be headstrong. I said I won't leave so easily. Who knows? If you left by the time, what should I do? What should you do? Before I could reply, Daisy hooked my little fingers slightly and forcibly. Our two little fingers were intertwined. As the shortest superfine finger, the little finger looked so fragile at first sight. But now, two fingers intertwined in front of us somehow looked so firm and tenacious and couldn't be parted. It's really dirty. There's all pencil ash. Since you feel so dirty, then let go of my hand. You got a coarse skin, and you never do any skincare. I even have a hand cocoon on my right hand, see? Alright, be quick and say now. Say what? Say something. You'll never lie to Sister Daisy. Don't be insatiable. We don't talk about never first. And don't think sister is redundant. Not redundant at all. Her little finger was so much more flexible than mine needed. Indeed. And under the sultry weather, I felt sweat seeping out from the fastened fingers, and these two fingers got wet. I won't lie to Daisy anymore. Is that okay? Hey, is that okay? Okay. The girl laughed alone. Your dear sister's already heard what you said just now. You're so loving, little brother. Soon afterwards, she became so crafty. I know you're gonna have this. Hey. But we have a deal. Pinky, bow, bell. Whoever tells a lie will sink down and into a bad place and never rise up again. Happy now? Kinda. I feel happy for the most, but for the remains, let's talk next time. How many parts did you have on Earth? It occurs to me. Have you got a new plan? You can't lie to me now, so you must reply all my questions from the bottom of your heart. I never thought that brat girl became so vicious after a few years. But it seems some key parts of her body did not develop even a little. Hey, quickly tell me, what do you have for dinner last night? Hot noodles with sesame paste? Oh, I see. So you didn't eat well again. I'm drawing. How do I get enough time to prepare for the dinners? So Mr. Chu criticized you today, but for what? You don't want to know about this. Come on, just say it. Just the same what you said. Don't impact violent studies on something like that. That's really the same as what I've said. Next question. Wait, stop or I'll get snippy and angry if you keep asking all the time. I refuse to answer. Is that okay? Do you like Violet? Somebody. It's over. Hey, I got an achievement. Don't get so angry. Can't you take a joke? I'm not angry. You're so capricious and I'm just kidding. That's alright. It's my fault. Could you please be a little mature? You just shout and scream for a while, then wail and whine. I even don't know when you're just kidding or when you're talking something serious. Sounds like you've already grown up, my little brother. I even know you'll bite which finger you're sleeping. Actually, I'm older than you. I was born in July, but you were born in August. Wow, I feel extremely flattered that you remember my birthday. You never celebrate a birthday with me in the summer. Don't mention that. Well, I'm not gonna blame you. I never celebrate your birthday with you either. So you just... Her ironic tone, she obviously blamed me. Will you draw every day? I have been practicing all the time. If I met you after school, will I affect you? Of course not. But remember to let your mom know. The memory that she apologized to Mr. Mo that day still remained freshly in my mind. That wouldn't be a problem. I'll tell her that I will take math lessons with you together. She has to agree to that. So next, did you want to say, fortunately, I didn't do well in math this time? After you finish the exam, shall we go watch the fireworks again? Green, Violet, and Sunny will come together. Let's rock the world. The exam's just finished. There must be some time for the results. You have to be responsible if we don't enjoy the time. Though it's me who should be more responsible. You may fail to watch the fireworks as you want. I don't care about that. At least this travel should be unforgettable in the end, as you said. I made a decision once. I don't want to regret for anything until the day that it was coming. Hey. By the way, at that day, Green, what did he say to you? Nothing. Nothing? I didn't know what he was gonna do. He just grasped my arm. It was really Akko Taco. Then he faltered and said that he likes me and wants me to be his girlfriend. Something like that. Ah! I was shocked at the mouthful of blood that just spit out of my mouth from my stomach. Why'd she just talk about it so calmly? It was actually such an impressive and surprised confession. Why'd you just spit out a mouthful of water? Are you okay? Yeah. Then you and Violet just came. To be honest now, I know you weren't intentional. I wanted to ask, what the hell did you guys what on earth did you guys want to do? No, nothing. Come on, I'm just carrying a stone to drop on my foot. But I was really scared. when I was confessed by someone for the first time during the fabulous fireworks show. So, your confession to Green? What did you do then? I thought about it in a short time and asked her hesitantly. Nothing. Nothing? You did nothing? I don't know how to I don't know how to reply to him. It was the first time I was confessed in that kind of atmosphere. My heart beat so quickly, and my mind was just totally in a messed up and empty space. At the time, was that all? I was absolutely shocked. And Daisy unexpectedly and honestly told me it all. So, before you came, I said nothing to him. Satisfied? I said I didn't promise him anything and also said nothing to him. Are you satisfied now? Wait. What do you mean I'm satisfied? I'm carrying another stone, but I dropped it on the other foot. Although I told everything, she warned me on the contrary, and I never knew how to fight back. I was going to refuse him. I actually had no idea to date someone at this moment. Besides, we are just friends. In a word, you knew that, right? Oh, probably. I knew that. Forget it, you bacana. You sussy baka. Probably. I was muddled again. Okay, I'm going back. You need to take care of yourself and eat properly. We still have some time for the exam. About 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It seemed that she had thought about the time when she was parted with Violet today. No regrets, right? The girl standing in front of me nodded slightly and confirmed the results as if she was considering seriously in her mind. That's true. Thank you. You told me everything today. I've been waiting for that day since the sports meeting. Sorry. No regrets. This was a belief that we rested for many times. It was also a truth buried in my mind for too long. Though, it's not good news. But I'll keep protecting you. So does Violet. I'll keep being friends with Violet all the time. And I'll clear up misunderstandings with Green. If possible, I want to be friends with him too. Just like before. I won't let you worry about me. Never. Hey, what are you thinking? My heart was in sudden shock. As if now I would see a girl with a crying face again, who had the same expression on her face 3 months ago. I may not leave. If I were just one of the top 10. Huh? It's just an exam. Try your best. Didn't I just do that all the way through previously? Such as rank top 5 among the whole grade. I successfully passed many difficult exams, so I may not fail this exam too, right? You didn't say that last week. I was always comforted by other people. When I decided to console anyone else, I found I ran out of ideas. Well, I was such a kind person all the time. I know that. I don't want to think too much now. I'll go back first. As we agreed, eat properly and remember to rub medicine on your hand. I'll send a message to remind you at night. Well, I know. After waving her hand, Daisy turned around. two ponytails, the back of her head swinging in the fall wind did just disappear gradually. But I felt still suffocated in my heart. The brave words I said just now was possibly that even I didn't dare to believe. You can say it just relies on a miracle. I knew how much I could do, what the results would be if I just challenged blindly and faced them directly. I had considered thousands of times before. In short, I just lived a life muddling along to do something unflinchingly without caring about the results. It was just so small of a change that I caused everyone around me to exert their energies. I really wanted to do something for them. I really wanted to make up for them. But what could I do for her, for them? Good evening. Have you already cleared up the misunderstandings with Daisy? She almost cried out when you're absent in this afternoon. If her eyes were swollen tomorrow, you got to answer for that. Well, there's one thing that I probably can do. But for Daisy, it may be a little subtle. After all, in this summer, Nope. But nothing could happen. I owe her one time, and she also owed me. Just as what she said. And did that little girl take Violet as her best friend all the time? Word. Birthday? Be a little quiet. I've not finished yet. It was a natural response. Don't be afraid. Nobody else is here. I'm not a human.
What?
How are we gonna eat? You guys just get surprised and frightened so easily. Hey, are you kidding? The 7th day of this month is Violet's birthday? Wow. Then you could say we're eating, but we actually didn't eat anything. Although I was still thinking about the girl standing in front of me, simply immersed in her imagination. Today is a day off, so we can have a party. Hey. Simply immersed in our imagination. We need to prepare a lovely gift, something special for her. And it must be a surprise to her. But the day after tomorrow, my mom and dad will be home. We can only hold the party in your house. Only 3 of us, or should we invite Sunny and then buy a big cake and share it together? How about that idea? What kind of gift do you want to buy for her? Wait, hear me out. You guys have imagined so many things in your mind. How could I just reply all of them at once? What else do you want to say? I mean, I put down my chopsticks and sighed slightly. I mean, I was gonna tell you last night. Then why not? I just want to do something for you all. Something that would make you happy. You said that just now? Then get to the point. This girl was extremely excited at the moment. But both of us quarreled with you on the respective birthdays, so mind you that it was so necessary to let her calm down, although my heart beat like a rattle drum when I said these words. I never thought I'd make up for your birthday, but now I'm discussing with you on how to celebrate her birthday. I guess you may think so. What makes you think so? Then, I didn't know whether she was driven by emotions or so she just thought. Why do you always think so much? I've told you that I won't blame you. And if you didn't tell me your birthday, I'd absolutely fix it in the future. Really? In a word, the results seemed not so bad as I imagined. On thinking of it, I took a deep breath in front of the steam hot mess tin. Though, as you said, I'm a little jealous at the beginning. Hey! But isn't it funny? Violet's one of our best friends. It's reasonable to celebrate a best friend's birthday. It's really difficult to judge whether or not she wanted to say that or was she just saying that in her heart. But you tell me all finally. I feel so happy that, after all, we pulled a hook. I'm going to replace pull a hook with Pinky's promise, because that's essentially what it is. At one moment, I felt that agreement was more like a curse. That's it. So let's celebrate Violet's birthday at your home. Wait, why do you want to make the decision on your own? We just prepared the party at our house, but never asked Violet. Birthday should be a surprise, unexpected gifts, and surprise activities. It's to make her have a beautiful, impressive, and unforgettable experience and memory. The more I listened to her, the more I felt I should not be forgiven for neglecting her birthday. Shall we get to business street? So, shall we go to the business streets and buy a gift tonight? Tonight, I have practice drawing. Grinding a chopper will not hold up the work of cutting firewood. I'll meet you tonight after class. So the earlier we buy the gift, the earlier you can come back and practice drawing. Oh. Hey, for Violet's birthday, what should we buy her? Things seem to be going in an unexpected direction. Never thought that both of them would surprisingly got so well along with each other. But they were very close at first sight. For ordinary people, they may guard against each other within a few days when they get to know each other. Putting the personal grudge between Daisy and I aside, Violet wasn't an outgoing girl. It's impossible for her to get familiar with a stranger in short time. Or both of them were the kind of girl who likes girls. Impossible. But Daisy once said she had no interest to Green. What are you thinking? Nothing. I'm thinking, what should we buy? You're a sussy baka. Well, I don't want to be disliked by myself because of thinking too much. By the way, why did your lousy teacher find Violet at noon again? How should I know? You're a desk mate. You should have known that. How can I ask her about such private things? Private things? Is that just by a guy who peeped into our student ID card of someone else? Enjoy your meal. I was collecting a card for the class committee. How could you call that peeping? Sure, whatever, sussy baka. I stretched out my body as usual at the moment when the bell rang. Looked great. Some tips taught by Violet even seemed useful. But Violet looked very tired today. I was not surprised. We talked to each other through the messages until the very late night. Of course, Daisy also liked to chat with me through the messages recently. Tired? Yeah, or I could ask me... Yeah, or... Who? Could I ask Mr. Chu? Oh, it's okay. Not too tired. My mind became quiet when I heard her smiling softly and replied, "That's great. That's great. Attention please, all of you guys. Mr. Chu standing in front of the art studio attracted all the students through his tedious clapping. You guys, please don't rely on me to remind you all the time. Only a few days left before the joint district exams. How many times have I told you all? Of course, this is not the final exam. It's to test your level as a representative. It's a good chance for me to know your competence. But some of you almost have no sense of urgency. If you keep doing that, what if it was a final exam? Mr. Chu always liked to say something to scare the students before the class is over. Shows her existence, by the way. Just for this purpose, he kept nagging for 20 minutes. Well, there's some problems in the homework of some students. I call the name and then all those called. I'll call the students by name, and then all those called come to my office later. Well, except me. Nobody in class would care about the unit exam. The results would not be calculated into the usual performance, and also cannot win a recommendation for us to be admitted into college. By the way, Miss Wynn, what shall we practice tonight? Draw lines? Tonight? That's all. And Ash and Violet, you two stay here. Everyone else is free to go. Guess it's not tonight. Well, I could only mutter in my heart and watch Violet packing up her bag. I know that you've made some progress. And in the last 2 homework assignments, you reached the average of our class. Yeah? It was only 4 or 5 scores higher, but I thought for a moment I had made some progress during this period. I've asked Miss Ding, and she told me. You've been practicing in the art studio recently, right? Miss Ding knew that. I'm not going to say too much since you've practiced so hard. I believe you have potentiality. Maybe you'll succeed someday. But you shouldn't rely too much on others. Rely on? Yes, I told you last time, don't disturb others too much. Miss Ding says that she's looked Violet into tutoring you after class for several times when she was patrolling. Maybe I did know what Mr. Chu meant. I'm not partial to anybody. Everyone needs an independent. Independent? I think they spelled independent. Everybody needs an independent learning environment for himself. If you always ask others to tutor you, you just take up their learning time. So I didn't want to listen to what he was talking about earlier. After all, it had been more than 30 minutes before I was called to the office after those students who had left to accept homework instructions. So I won't talk too much. Hope you pay more attention in the future. I hope I won't see that again. Sorry, I won't bother anyone else anymore. Okay. Now it'd be better to end the boring conversation. As a student, moreover, a so-called poor student, I can't convince the teacher in all events, I know that. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Hope you pay more attention in the future. Yeah. Especially the so-called boy and girl relation and excellent and poor student relation. What the teacher did, as I've seen before, was really disgusting. Let alone an old teacher like him, who was experienced and dull, full of doctrines. So it was meaningless to complain in front of him, even if you felt very aggravated, just like I am now. Okay, call Violet to come here when you go out. Oh. Mr. Chu. Your father's coming, so you directly go there first. Do you know the address of the restaurant? I'll go home and prepare first. You can eat first. Okay. Blurb. Oh, sweet. So slow! Don't try to make a crab walk straight. Don't you know how to peak time for shopping? Don't you know it's peak time for shopping? It's coming if we go there a bit later. Let's not talk about whether it's Sunday. Today is still the national holiday, right? So would you please tell me first when you decided to skip the night class? Oh, so will you please tell me first when you decided to skip the night class? How can I tell you? My cell phone was powered off. And I was not in the art studio at the time. I didn't know you were called into the office until I asked another friend. Then there's no way. All right, shall we go? So there wouldn't be any results on arguing this. I was in a bad mood at first and I didn't want to deliver my negative energy to her. But the point is, why is it taking so long? What have you done recently? Why is your teacher always calling you to his office? Who knows? Maybe it's just because of my poor academic performance. You poor academic performance? You just said you get poor academic performance. How dare you say that? You used to rank top 5 in the whole grade. You mean my scores in drawing? I'm not so good of a student actually. Although I am praised that my ability to draw the lines is above average today. Oh? Your teacher's almost the same as ours, that bald old man. All teachers in China are almost all the same. Is that really true? Okay, stop talking about this. Is that number 2 normal high school? Gosh! Along with the not so harsh sound of a brake, a huge black car stopped near Daisy. A deep and muffled sound came from the car window, and it was the sound of a motor. And right in front, is that number 2 normal high school? Yes. That was weird. This car. It looks great and advanced. Advanced? Yeah, it looks very superior in appearance. This is a luxury car. Then why the person in the car is so rude and seems uneducated? How could he ask me in such a rude manner? How impolite. He never said hello and no thank you also. He even scolds me. Yeah? Well, in my view, a person should drive a car matching with himself. This must be riveted with a second-hand car. I used to assemble countless rubbish trucks in JTA. Sorry, trademark. Now it was her who delivered negative energy to me. All the volumes of the Morocco so he can say for himself how better it is than Cell Saga. So tired. I don't know, that luxury car scene seems so random. I felt my legs were trembling. Then I sat on the bench beside the business street. We've been to dozens of shops, and from sunset, still hanging in the sky, to nightfall, we exhausted ourselves and bought nothing. Don't just sit on the roadside, it's dirty. Filthy seats can't get you sick. Gosh. You also look tired. Are you also panting? Sit down. I took out my math book from my bag and placed it on the bench. Format 16's textbook. No matter how difficult the content is, it is enough at this moment. I won't sit on a math book. Change it to a Chinese book. Is your ass really that delicate? Every person has their own instance. Do you understand? It's really not easy to buy a gift with you. Why do you relate with that to me? Because you keep denying the gifts I chose. What you chose was absolutely not a good gift, right? How do you know the gift I chose wasn't suitable for her? Even if it did suit her, but ear studs, necklace, bracelet, how is it possible for her to wear those when coming to school? Never saw that she had gotten her ears pierced. Those old men in school generally do not like girls to wear something like that. And you also dislike the spectacle frame? That. It's just because I don't like that. Violet also has such a lovely small face. It's really a pity to wear such big spectacle frame on her face. But I couldn't let that out. So you can't even give good advice and find faults all the time. You just denied all my choices. No. All the things you chose would not have been lovely by girls at first sight. That stuffed toy's pretty lovely. You like rabbits. I used to send it to you. But the problem is, it's a frog. What's wrong with the frog? I thought it looked a little sad. It's a useful animal. Frogs can eat flies and mosquitoes. Talking about that toy, it looks so sad. I don't want to talk to you about that. In a word, we have been to so many shops. We must think of what kind of gift we're going to give to Violet. Why? Not until I calmed down and thought over 10 seconds, Daisy stared at my sweating side face and laughed at me in a low voice. Nothing. I'm thinking whether you have to be so devoted when choosing a gift for me. I never took such a long time to choose a gift for you when I was a child. Really? Because I knew what you liked. 4-wheel drive Beyblade, yo. You boys only know playing with such kinds of things all day. That's what happened a long time ago. That happened a long time ago. Forget about that. I've grown up, and this girl always asked Mr. Mo to buy these things for me every year. I still felt embarrassed when thinking about it. They're all still at my house. You haven't brought them back home. That's really true. I'll take them back someday. Now my parents are not at home anyway. If you determine to leave, remember to bring them with you. Hey. Sorry. We've agreed not to talk too much about that. But I'll still keep the pastels as well, which was sent by your father years ago. Yeah. Is the pastels that my father sent to you years ago when we began to draw together? That's not a toy. If it was seen by them, I would say our teachers wanted us to buy. When talking about pastels, we can buy something at the art supply shop as a gift for her. She likes drawing. We consider something concerned with drawing. She may like it, right? Oh, so yeah, it's Mewtwo's birthday. Ah, she's been drawing all day. Are you sure you want to send her something like that? I think compared to the decorations, something useful would be much better. Well, what do you think? Should we go and buy together? Daisy? You just buy it yourself. Huh? I don't want to send her something like that. What do you mean? Something used for drawing. I don't want to send her something like that. If you like it, then send it to her by yourself. I'll go to that shop and pick something again. Daisy stood up and the Chinese textbook almost fell to the ground. What the shit? Why do you get so angry without any reason? No, I'm not angry. I just feel a little worried. It's so late. I'm so hungry. We haven't eaten anything. But you... There was a moment I believe she just looked a little agitated. But only 1 second she looked so much relaxed on her face afterwards. Nothing. Never mind. When I was looking at her lovely small face in the moonlight, she turned round. Then, where should we meet each other? It's already really troublesome to have no phone. Shall we meet at McDonald's, trademarked, with the double cheeseburger and 6 McNuggies? Be attentive while choosing a gift. If not, I'll fix you later. Okay. So I'll go in this direction. Take care of yourself. I want my McNuggies. Something I said just now is negative scale that touched her. I'm cautiously started to walk towards the other end of the street. Well, that happened. I'm really stingy, but only something related with drawing. I really don't want to buy that. Take it easy. It's all your fault I'm so starving. It was exactly 8 o'clock. After untold hardships, we finally had chosen our own gifts. However, Daisy booked another small cake for our own will. In accordance with the acquaintance from the cake shop, the cake book can be brought tomorrow afternoon. Besides, it was at a big discount. I changed my focus on the case in a moderate size, which was packed with wrapping paper on a small ribbon on top. So, what'd you choose? Remove your dirty hand!
What?
Oh! Okay, I didn't intend to touch it. Although I was mumbling, I shrunk my hand away from the case. It's no big deal, it's just a brooch. To be honest, I was quite surprised. Because as before, she always intended to choose some earrings, which would be an upscale garniture for a student. But for the brooch, it was really a small gift for her. It wouldn't be too precious to be confiscated by a teacher. It was a really good choice. What was on your mind? What? You must have thinking that Violet would have worn the brooch. That was what? The chess? Reminded by our words that scene really flashed through my mind at one moment, and then an impactful image blocked my head, which was like a stream of blood assembling in the navel cavities. See that look on your face? No, I didn't think that at all. Really? Yes, of course. We promised to be honest with each other. So, what gift did you prepare? This. Leaning against the wall, I pouted my lips on the thing on the table. Drawing book. It's really practical with a plank at the back and which could be used as a sketchboard. Besides, it has a level 4 in design. It was suitable for her. Hey. Really well intentioned. I just did what you had required. Yep. I was satisfied. Come take the food, you flunky. Flunky? This is my treat for this meal. Cell phone. Are you free right now? What? What's wrong? What's wrong? What urged you to charge your phone? Mobile or Unicom? Why are you in the same tone with Green? It was Violet. Oh, what's up? I have no idea. I haven't asked yet. Anyway, reply to the message firstly. Nothing to do. What's up? You always contact her through messages at this time. Wait, how do you know that? To some extent, compared with the numbers sent to you, it was a drop in the bucket. Oh, okay. Why do you feel so relieved? So fast? She's too fast. Yes? I'm in a coffee shop near the business street. Is it convenient for you to come? Alas. What's up? You look so strange. Without any concealment, my flattered expression had exposed totally to Daisy. What happened to Violet? I wouldn't know what happened, but her tone in the message. Compared with the message she sent me before, these two were really different. It even let me feel the way, that way they were not sent from the same person. What's wrong? Wow, that music changed quickly. After a reply to Violet in a simple way, I walked to the coffee shop with the school bag on my back. It wasn't a long way, but I must pretend to come from home instead of nearby the fast food shop. Therefore, I was also controlling my walking speed, or else the amazing effect pursued by that girl would be difficult to achieve. However, at this moment, if I didn't know what Violet intended to do, I'm afraid I have no mood to enjoy the amazing effect. I'll go with you together. If she saw the gift, what would you do for the explanation? But I'm afraid that... Don't worry, I'll figure it out. You should help me go back with the gift firstly. By the way, I'll talk with her about the plan 2 days later. Why'd she only want to meet you? She must first think of you, but your phone was out of power, so she could only contact me. Really? It should be. You are the girl, don't you know? I'll figure it out clearly without leading her to suspicion. The preparation for our birthday party also needs to be done like planned. Okay. So give me your school bag too. I'll take it back for you. Is it too heavy for you to carry alone? So how you explain that you didn't go back home at 8 o'clock with the school bag on your back? Alas, my 2 legs started running unconsciously while thinking in another way. The panic is already filled in my heart, but I haven't got a clue about the cause. Maybe Mr. Chu has talked about something with her. She went to the office quite frequently these days. What's the matter indeed? Or was she bullied by those rogues on the way from school? But it seemed that doesn't seem to be the reason. This is less likely. What's wrong indeed? In any case, it'll be clear after arriving at the coffee shop. in the body shop. Doing something unholy. I don't know why I said that. Run, run, run. Hello, sir. How many, please? I come to find a friend. Okay, please come to check. Ash. Oh. Here. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. And you're the father. With respect to the... Hold up. With respect to the ventilation function, it was a tight closed window with a dense decoration. She, the little girl, was still wearing a school uniform compared with the shop filled with warmth and fragrance. You couldn't judge the smile on her face was bitter or sweet. She just sat there calmly and waved her hand to me softly. I can't help but feel nervous, and then I swallowed hard as I walked into that position. Good evening. Sorry to let you accompany me so late. It's okay. I'm also leisure. Ah, that's good. Even a little tired, I felt quite a bit comfortable supported by the soft leather chair. Besides, with the shop filled with rich coffee flavors, I feel refreshed. As for the coffee shop in the ancient street, it can be said to be an upscale luxury, which can be improved by the elegant decorations and quiet environment. It'll definitely be a romantic dating, but for meeting in this form. However, even in this comfortable atmosphere, her morose frown, slight whimper, and restrained sitting posture are providing evidence for my various awful guestness in the mind. And even... Your school bag. You haven't been home yet? Yes. So how long have you been here for? Even the cold wind blowing from the air conditioner, I felt sweat flooded out from the forehead. How about getting down with me? Okay. Hello, miss. What would you have? The usual. Okay, little sugar like before? Yes, thank you. My pleasure. And for you, sir? I was in a muddle, only picking up the menu. I've never been to this coffee shop before. No, in fact, I've never had the opportunity to even enter an upscale place before. Supply him a cup of vanilla latte, not too greasy. Yeah. Okay, what else? No, please. The coffee shall be ground fresh. It'll be okay to wait a little longer time. Okay, wait for a moment, please. Alas, I sighed. I intended to praise the proficiency behaved by Violet, but it's no big deal for her as she belonged to the upper class originally. The front dejected expression, quite differently from the former days, was not changed because of the sudden formality. Bad mood? Uh-huh. I guessed. That girl sometimes weeping one moment, laughing the next. I was wondering maybe all you girls would do that occasionally. Me? You okay? Yep. My boring metaphor seemed to be useless. Her head dropped a little further. As expected, I'm really not good at comforting people, especially in this situation. I have no idea what had happened. Sorry. Sorry. For what again? I'm a little neurotic. I just wanted to chat with you, so I sent a message. No big deal. Really sorry. I know that you're still preparing for the exam. Doesn't matter. Okay. For a while, I had no idea how to answer her. To be honest, I have no experience of dating a girl alone in such a place and even needing to take care of what to say. Never. I hate this conversation. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Nothing's happening. And between, now I get it. Violet's shy, and we've gone through a lot of development with them over the past 2 seasons. But this interaction is like they barely know each other right now. They're stumbling so bad for no reason. Like, we've been in the shop for well over like 10 minutes at this point talking, and she has yet to say what she's really gathered him there for. Anyway, let's keep going. Never mind. But the basic technique. As you want to talk to me, let's say something. Something for... Yeah, we're so familiar. Anything can be talked about. That was the most basic technique which I could grasp. It had no magical effect to talk with each other with the truth. Every time when that girl was being foolish and gloomy, I talk with her like this. Puff. Haha. She seemed to be a little happier, even though it was at the cost of the girl's image. But you can also agree to accompany me for a while. I'm really satisfied. Don't you intend to continue? She didn't reply. You also didn't continue to ask. I won't force you to talk to something if you don't want to. It was quite like your style. As I've mentioned before, I know the feeling of compulsion. I won't do such tangling things. Yep. From the start, I just did on my own. Therefore, if Violet thought it'd be okay for me to be here and accompany you, I'll do anything. I'll do it and just sit here with you. Ash. What's more, I believe you won't deceive yourself. You must be the best person to understand the truth that you taught me on National Day. Finally, a faint smile flashes on this long-haired girl's face. In order to smile, I haven't ransacked my brain and felt exhausted. Ash. Yes? Violet whispered to me while casting her disassociative eyesight on a lateral window. Do you like this city? Huh? I quite like it now. Even though sometimes it's much too crowded and the dialect's a little difficult to understand. The sun's always bright, but it's likely always to be very cold in the winter. Ah, yeah. Many cars on the street leads to heavy traffic frequently. Sometimes it'll take heavy rains for a long time. It's really troublesome for us to go to school. Exactly. My slow reactive brain cannot keep up with her pace. I tried to understand what she said, but not even a single meaningful deduction or conclusion can be gained. But I felt quite amiable. It seemed so real that my home was here. Huh? Real? Here? What does it mean? However, I really have no idea now. Where's my real home? Yeah? Ash. Your home's also here? My home? My home. Your coffee. Thanks. Before I clear the thoughts, the waiter's footsteps had already interrupted me. 2 cups of coffee in different colors have been served to us on a pallet. However, it seemed that she didn't intend to ask. She just took the taste of this intense flavored coffee, and then she set the cup down carefully and wiped the mouth with a tissue. Oh, how about it? It's as good as usual. It was her preferred taste, so she smiled again. Probably. The coffee's sweet and moistened to her heart. Why do you feel the coffee's more clear? Really? Oh, maybe it's Cafe Americano. Called Americano. Sorry, it's a song. Americano. Yes, the black coffee. Only coffee and water. Oh, not bitter? Yeah, but that's the original taste of coffee. So, it's good? It seems like to eat a bitter gourd. That's good. It tastes bitter with sour and a little sweet. Especially for this shop, it has good beans cooked in a good method. Really? You want to try? No thanks. I suddenly recalled the indirect kiss in the park. The face became hot abruptly, but the tension and anxiety had almost vanished. Many people, especially for you, just start to drink won't like it. Maybe. Take a taste of your coffee, good or not. And Violet, as if she had forgot that melancholy face just a few moments ago, looking at the coffee in my hand, she started to talk with ease. Okay. I lowered my head and took a sip of that vanilla latte elegantly. Fresh and thick sweet flows along the tongue to the throat. So, I ordered this for you. Oh, it's really sweet. You like it? Of course. That's good. I knew you'd like it. Violet. Yes? I picked up some spoons and stirred the coffee. The special design milk foam melted to the deep to form the white silk like a vortex. I think probably I can understand what you were talking about. Really? I knew it'd be a happy dialogue only talking about coffee. I knew it was already enough for her as if I was here. Maybe, as you said, we are alike. But it can't untie the complex feelings, whether in my heart or in her heart. Sometimes I thought it was not home, and even filled with anxiety. Besides, I thought many people, including us, all had this feeling before. But we were always working hard for it. Let alone myself. I cheered up just with the help of Daisy. Now, just with all your help, I have the courage to continue my struggles. I also hope she could tell me more so that I could share more sorrow and shoulder more responsibilities. So, you can also do it without giving up. As a fool like me can understand, you're so smart. You must be better than me. Not just a friend, more like a companion in misfortune. As for the trouble, I have no choice but to try my best to solve it. Or at the very least, after the district exam, everything will be fine. I always comforted myself. Ash. But no matter as your friend or deskmate, or from the aspect of appreciation for your former help, you can contact me at any time if you need help. Just like today, even though I can't help you solve it, but I won't ask anymore. Neither tell it to others without your agreement, even to Daisy. Violet looked at me with a little surprise. Besides, you helped me a few days ago. It could be said that Green, Daisy, and me can't be like today, definitely without your help. As for my long-winded speech, I'll be extremely nervous without biting the bullet. So, just like you said, we can make it together. Violet laughed out loud. Thank you. Okay. We really are alike. I always thought that you were all the same from the start. Yep, not bad. Ah, yes, it is good. It's very good. It is really good to meet you and the others. In order to conceal my bashful red face, I took a swig of the coffee in a hurry. But I still don't know what to say and what to discuss with others. Neither for how to make efforts, but maybe I'm a hair splitter, or it's no big deal. So, it might be a little. Have a crap mood suddenly. Really? Yeah. And the mood gets better abruptly. I realized as a long breath, it would be great if it were true. But, so, can I ask you a question? But, go ahead. You mentioned you wanted to rank top 10 in the district exams, right? A blast of cold wind blew inside from the tight closed window. It was required by your parents, right? What? I was telling myself repeatedly that it was just a psychological effect, but in fact, I had suddenly felt a chill. And you will do it, and if it's this sentence is so fucked up. And you'll do it as they required, right? This little girl is looking at me in an anxious sight suddenly. It was like the meaning of today's meeting were all concentrated in the answer of this question. I never thought that I need to answer such a question. Because of this thing, the premise of all the solutions was that I must do it as if they requested it. Thought of here, the cold sweat broke out all over my back. Why must I rank top 10? Why? Ash. I didn't know why she was so eager to know the answer and why I felt so fearful of the question. And in fact, the thing that I can do it. Just answer the fucking question, Ash. You're getting on my nerves at this point. This is a problem I can't control. What's your point? This is exactly what I meant. Although I want to go on drawing, and it's hard for me to give up here. Of course, it couldn't be any better for ranking top 10 and staying here. After all, I can't do it final. I just can't do it finally. Huh? This is how it's developing? That is, neither a game nor a family affairs is in a script? I also thought so before National Day. Even you have been trying so hard to change it, but for something. It won't be changed, just relied on us. I was certainly not out of reason, not because I must do it as if they requested it. So, it's a problem beyond your control. It's a problem that you can't solve, and even the one you need to consider whether you continue to do it or not. But for that, yep, that's what I thought before the National Day. And even nowadays, I have no idea on that. I just want to be myself. No need to strive and live for their target. I want to separate with these who cared for me. So I tried to do it. I tried my best to do it. No matter if it's a failure or a success. Just do it. These should have been told to her that night, factually. What? But she didn't let me speak out. She interrupted me with a little finger. So, if it was a problem for me, what will you do? What? You have asked me before. What do you think about it? What will I do? Yeah. So, if I also need to face this exam, this problem, what's your opinion? For you. What? You tell me that she can't come now? My queen, calm down, calm. Queen, quit it. Come here and say it clearly. You're kidding me? Now it's 12 o'clock. How can I come? Quit yapping and come. I have to lay down in my bed. I'll just tell you the situation. Alas, I knew she'd get angry, but never thought it'd be this serious. I asked her in front of her doorstep. She simply refused me with the most dreadful words in English. I'm busy. Her words are ice cold, chilling even, that have made me give up on my thoughts and all my moods that go with it. I recalled this situation half an hour before. It was a bit disappointed that she refused my invitation directly. But compared to this trifle... Open the door! Open! I was more terrified of the following physical hurt. Huh, any problem at home? Yeah. I lie down on the sofa with my hands on my chest. This has been a long day. I want to let y'all know that. We went to have coffee with Violet at like 8 o'clock, which means we had to have gotten home at least by like 9 or 10-ish. I'd say 10-ish, because her house is further away than Daisy's house is. So that means by the time we took her home, then took ourselves back home, it's gotta be at least 10-something o'clock. Almost 10:30. She would be much more popular in school if she could listen to my explanation and then hit the person. Luckily, she didn't hit me with a literal school bag and drawing board, which could hurt quite a bit. You said she was free. How could she have something to deal with suddenly? How should I know when she'd be free? Don't always impose on me. Alas, you said to trust you, but you screwed it up in the end. My fault? You must pay. It's your fault. How? So many awful things. Now for this unwarranted charge by her, but for the good relationship with her, I'd be burned up to the lung disease. So what's wrong with her? Why let you go to the coffee shop so late? You always dating in such a sentimental place, are you? I said it before, it's nothing like that. I won't go dating like this anymore. It's embarrassing, anxious, and even a little panicky. What's the matter? Tissue! Give me tissue! Calm down, I'll tell you. What? I didn't get the point. Yeah, me neither. So you were just going to go there and stuff with many baffling words? And the invitations also be refused? You're so incompetent. Without any personal information, I told Daisy the vague dialogue between me and Violet. Oh yeah, never mind. Ash did say it was 12. So this girl came to this house at 12 midnight? What the fuck? In a simple way, except from the certain minor details. On the other hand, it was not good for Violet to reveal too much information, although she didn't request me to keep a secret. On the other hand, I also had no idea about Violet's thoughts. Maybe Daisy can help me take into analysis. But she told you nothing as she trusts so much. But it was either a big trouble or what? Or that happened every month. What? It happens for females each month. Oh no. She'll be in a bad mood because of it. Nothing else. Oh. I might have got it. In a word, I don't think too much. As I see, Violet will definitely tell us if it was an annoyance indeed. Okay. Alas, she's not coming for the party. It's really troublesome to return the cake. Yeah. Stop, don't say yeah. It sickens me to death. Why? You also said that. Have what? I don't know if this is the end of the night or not. Oh, it is. Yeah, we gotta save right here. It's Wednesday. That was a long ass Tuesday. And local news, bleh. I don't know why I felt like I needed to do that. And local news, bleh. Like the news anchor's head is shaking while they're saying it. Anyway, on to Susan with the weather. Hi, Bob. The weather today is... Which one's the save I'm supposed to do? I don't fucking know. I hope this is the right one. I'm gonna just save it right here. Yeah, that feels right. Let's put violet. Right. All right, let's head back. Title. Yes. All right, so that is the end of episode 1, y'all. Episode 1 is donezo, which means we move on to episode 2 next. What's today? Tuesday? So episode 2 will be next Tuesday. Actually, I want to make this one. I want to make this the Wednesday episode. So, basically, because tomorrow we're doing Witch on the Holy Night, which is another. I told you February is usually our visual novel day anyway. It's our visual novel month anyway, because love, right? I'm going to do Witch. So starting next week, well, tomorrow's Witch on the Holy Night. But here's what I'm going to do. Witch on the Holy Night is going to be on Tuesdays starting next week. Tricolour Love Story will be on Wednesday, which means the next Tricolour Love Story will be right on Valentine's Day. So, you know, because love. So make sure y'all get ready for that. Tomorrow's Witch on the Holy Night. And then Thursday, I'm not streaming. I'll be gone. Friday, I'll be gone. Saturday, I'll be gone. Sunday, I'll be gone. Monday, we'll get right back on it with Genshin Impact, doing the Discord stream and the Liyue saga. So I will catch y'all then. Good night, everybody. Tyrone TG3, out.